the right tension again. And then as it empties, it gets easier because it's just easier to hold. You can even do it with one hand. Oh, did you just see that little?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an air bubble. And you don't want that, so I'm going to go, when this is all done, I'm going to take a scribe tool, and or you can use a toothpick and pop as many air bubbles as I can. You inevitably have air bubbles. But you can get rid of most of them.
So do they have a machine that will do this for you?
Well, I'm sure they do, because you know, places that like Lauderay and Pierre Hermé, you know, they make so many. They're all automated, I think. I don't think there's anybody doing this anymore. Okay, so now before these go in the, I'm going to take out the template. I'm going to use that again. This is going to make noise. Be prepared. You want to bang this on the counter 4, 5, 6, 700 times. And when you do that, it forces the air bubbles to the top. My husband hates when I do this. It also gets rid of the little nipple.
Yeah.
And you can, you know, you can show it who's boss. If you use a parchment paper, I didn't tell you this, you need to put a dab of the batter on all 4 corners underneath it to hold it down, because parchment paper is much flimsier than this. But this is done. Okay, so now I'm going to go through it. See, there was a little air bubble here that came up. I'm going to use, this is just a scribe tool. I use it in other cake decorating projects, but a toothpick works perfectly fine, or a needle of some sort. And I'm going to go through here and I'm going to try to find where there are air bubbles and pierce them so that they don't ruin all the hard work. I don't like it when they get them on the side because they're harder to pop without damaging the edge. Okay, so one more time to try to get rid of any of the marks. Some of these will kind of go away in the oven. So now, before I put these in the oven, they have to rest anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, because they need to develop not really a skin, but they need to dry on the top. And when they dry on the top, it creates tension when they're in the oven, and the steam that's in the meringue will expand, and that's how you get these little feet. In French, they're called pieds. We call them the foot of the macaron, but a macaron is not a macaron unless it has that little silly foot, that little frilly end to it. And getting the top part dry keeps it contained when the steam expands, and it pushes it up, and that's how you get that. So I'm going to set this aside, and if somebody would put their